Three other wives? Three other weddings? Hi, what's fun? Welcome back to another episode. If you are new here, my name is Ohima. I bring interesting stories. So if you love interesting stories like I do, let's be friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And make sure you hit on that notification bell so that as soon as I drop a new juicy video, you'll be the first person to be informed. Without wasting much time, let me say a quick shout out to our coach N1B. I hope I'm not butchering your name. And Dache Ohima Papa B for being the first two people to comment on my last video. That was the new series that I put out there. Thank you all so much for the love and the support on that new series. So without wasting much time, let me get right into today's story. I thought I had the perfect marriage, but I was so wrong. So spectacularly devastating wrong. Call me Agnes. I met my husband, let's call him Kwabena, about 15 years ago at a church conference in Kumasi. I was 24 and he was 28. He was handsome, ambitious, articulate. He ran his own import and export business and was already quite successful. He was also a gentleman. He courted me properly, got my father's blessing, and did everything the traditional way. We got married after 2 years of dating. My wedding was very beautiful. It was held at an event center. We had a lot of guests, a live band, champagne tower, the works. I wore a dress that cost 15,000 Ghana cedis and we honeymooned in Dubai. It was everything I dreamed of. For the first 8 years, life was good. Kwabna was a good provider. We built a beautiful house in East Legon Hills. We had three children, two boys and a girl. I drove a Range Rover. I wore expensive clothes. My friends envied me. My family was proud of me. I was living the dream. Sure, Kwabna traveled a lot for business. At least 2 weeks out of every month, he was either in Dubai or China or traveling upcoming to Kumasi and Takrady for business meetings. But that's what successful businessmen do, right? I never questioned it. I was the perfect wife. I kept the house immaculate. I made sure his meals were ready. I raised our children well. I looked good. I worked out regularly, got my hair and nails done, dressed well. I was the woman other women wanted to be until the day I got added to a WhatsApp group. That destroyed my entire reality. It was a Wednesday afternoon. I was at the salon getting my hair braided when my phone buzzed with a WhatsApp notification. You have been added to the group Kwabnes family. I assumed it was a group for our immediate family. Maybe Kwabne's siblings setting up a chat for their parents' upcoming anniversary. I clicked on it casually. There were five people in the group: me, someone named Ama K, someone named Ifwa K, someone named Sewa K, and Kwabna. Kwabna sent a message: Ladies, I have added Agnes to the group. I think it's time everyone met properly. I was confused. Who were these women with K after their names? Then Ama K sent a message. You finally told her? About time. Hi, Agnes. I'm Ama. I'm Kwabne's second wife. We got married 6 years ago. My blood ran cold. Before I could process that, Efuake mentioned, Hi Agnes, I'm Efua, the third wife. Welcome to the group, I guess. Then Sewa K, I'm Sewa. I've been married to Kwabna for 2 years. I know this is shocking, but we are all in the same boat now. I dropped the phone. The brother asked if I was okay. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. My phone kept buzzing with messages. Kwabena, Agnes, I know you are shocked. Please don't make a scene wherever you are. Come home and we'll talk properly. I know how you feel. I reacted the same way when I found out about Ifua. Ifua K, this is a lot to process. Take your time. I grabbed my phone, my bag, and stumbled out of the salon with my hair half braided. The braider was calling after me, but I didn't care. I got into my car and just sat there in the parking lot, staring at my phone as more messages came in. Amake had sent a photo, a wedding photo of her and Kwabena. She was beautiful, wearing her traditional attire. Then Ifwake sent his, another wedding photo. Then Sewake sent the same thing. I thought I was going to vomit. Three other wives? Three other weddings? Three other women who called my husband. Husband. I drove home in a daze. I don't even remember the drive. I just remember pulling into our compound, seeing Kwabena's car there. He was home early, obviously waiting for me. He was in the living room when I walked in. He stood up when he saw me. Agnes, don't, I said with my voice shaking. Don't say my name. Don't say anything. Just how? How is this possible? Sit down, let me explain. Explain what? That you have three other wives? That you've been married to other women while married to me? What is there to explain? He ran his hand over his face. It's not what you think. Then what is it, Kwabna? Because what I think is that my husband is a polygamist who has been lying to me for years. I am a polygamist, he said simply. I believe in polygamy. I always have. I thought you knew. Knew? How would I know? You never mentioned wanting multiple wives. We got married in a Christian church. We took our vows before God and signed at the court. We did. I've kept those vows. I've provided for you, protected you, loved you. You married three other women because one wife isn't enough for me. My father had four wives. My grandfather had six. It's in my blood, Agnes. I'm a man who needs multiple women. That's who I am. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So, all those business trips, Dubai, China, it was all a lie. I was visiting my other families. Amma lives in Kumasi with two children. Efua is in Takrady with our daughter, and Sewa is here in Accra, actually in Spintex. She has a son. Children! You have children with them. Five children, two with Amma, one with Efua, one with Sewa. Plus our three. Eight children in total. I thought my legs would give out on me. Eight children, four wives. How? How have you been managing this? It's not easy, he admitted, but I have a system. I spend 1 week with each wife every month. This is your week, so I'm here. Last week, I was in Kumasi with Amma. Before that, Takrady with Ifua. Before that, Spintex with Sewa. A system. I said, you have a system for juggling four wives. I should have left right then. I should have packed my bags, taken my children, and walked out, but I was in shock. I couldn't process what was happening. Kwabena sat me down and opened his laptop. He showed me a spreadsheet, an actual color coded spreadsheet with a schedule. Week 1, Agnes. Week 2, Amma. Week 3, Efua. Week 4, Sewa. Each wife had her own section in his calendar. He had our birthdays, our children's birthdays, our anniversaries all listed. He had financial projections for each household. He had medical records for all 8 children. I've been managing this for 6 years, he said. Since I married Amma, it's been complicated, but it works. It works for who? I shouted. Not for me. I didn't sign up for this. You signed up to be my wife. You are my wife. That hasn't changed, he said. Everything has changed. I thought I was the only wife. The WhatsApp group kept buzzing. I looked at my phone. Amake, Agnes, I know you are with him now. I know you're angry. We've all been there. But please hear me out. I typed back, you knew about me and still married him? No, I didn't know about you. I thought I was the only wife until he married a four 2 years later. I found out the same way you are finding out. Ifuake, same here. I knew about Amma when I married him, but I didn't know about you. I found out when he married Sewa. Sewake, I'm the only one who knew about everyone. He told me upfront that he had three other wives. I agreed anyway. I stared at the messages in disbelief. These women knew about each other and they were what? Okay with it? That night, I told Kwame to leave. Go to one of your other wives. I can't even look at you right now. This is my week with you. I don't care about your schedule. Get out. He left, probably to Sewa's place in Springton. I sat in my living room, my beautiful living room, in my beautiful house, and everything looked different now, tainted. This house, this life, this marriage, it was all built on lies. I called my mother crying, Mom, Kwabna has three other wives. There was silence on the line. Then I know. You know? We suspected. Your father and I, the way he traveled so much, the way he was always evasive about his business details. We thought maybe he had a girlfriend. We didn't know it was this serious. Why didn't you tell me? Why would we have told you? We had no proof. And even if we did, then what? You have three children with him. You've built a life. Sometimes, Agnes, ignorance is a bliss. I hung up on her. Ignorance is a bliss. My whole life was a lie, and she thought ignorance was bliss. The WhatsApp group kept buzzing all night. The three other wives were messaging each other and apparently also trying to comfort me. Amake, Agnes, I know you want to leave him. I tried to leave too, but where would I go? I have two children. I haven't worked in 5 years. He provides everything. Sometimes you have to be practical. Efuake, it's not ideal, but it's not the worst situation. He's not abusive. He provides well. Our children are taken care of, and we have each other now. We support each other. Sewake, look, I know I'm the newest wife, and probably you hate me right now, but I didn't steal your husband. He was already living this life. I just accepted the reality of who he is. I wanted to hate them, but reading their messages, I realized they were victims too. Except maybe Sewa, who knew what she was getting into. A week later, Amma suggested we meet in person, all four of us. No Kwabena, just the wives. We needed to talk. Part of me didn't want to go, but another part of me needed to see these women to understand how this was possible. We met at a restaurant in Accra, neutral territory. I arrived first and sat there nervously, wondering if I would recognize them from their profile pictures. Amma arrived first. She was beautiful, tall, curvy, with a warm smile. She was 32. She told me she was a former banker who quit her work when she married Kwabna. Then Efua came, petite, shy looking, 29 years old. She had been a teacher before marriage. Then finally Sewa, glamorous, confident, 26. She still worked as a PR consultant. We sat there, four women married to the same man, staring at each other awkwardly. This is so weird, Efua finally said, and we all laughed nervously. I don't even know what to say. I admitted, how do we do this? Honestly, Amma said, I don't know. We are all figuring it out. Efua and I have been doing this for 4 years now. It's still weird sometimes. Do you hate each other? I asked. At first, yes, Amma said. When I found out about Efua, I hated her. I thought she stole part of my husband. But then I realized she didn't steal anything. Kwabna chose this. He wanted multiple wives. We are not enemies. We are in the same situation. Efua nodded. It helped that we eventually met and talked. Once I saw that Amma was a real person, not just some abstract threats, it got easier. We actually became friends. Friends? I couldn't believe it. Well, friendish. Amma corrected. It's complicated. We are not besties, but we support each other. When my daughter was sick last year, Ifua sent me money to help with the medical bills. When Ifua's mother died, I went to the funeral to represent all of us. Sewa chimed in, and when I had my son, both of them came to visit me at the hospital. Kwabna was in China on a business, so I was alone. They showed up with gifts and food. It meant a lot. I looked at these three women, my husband, other wives, I didn't know what to feel. Anger, yes. Betrayal, definitely. But also curiosity. How were they making this work? Over dinner, they told me everything, the full ugly truth behind being in a polygamous marriage that nobody knew was polygamous. The hardest part is the line, Amma said. To everyone outside the situation, they know I'm the only wife to Kwabna. Ifwa said the same thing. My family thinks I'm the only wife. Why doesn't he just tell everyone, I asked, if he believes in polygamy so strongly? Why hide it? Because he married you legally and it's illegal for him to marry other women. The rest of us had traditional ceremonies, but no legal paperwork. If it became public, he could face bigamy charges. So I'm the only legal wife? Yes, they all said in unison. That was mind-bending realization. Legally, I was his only wife. These other marriages didn't officially exist. Don't you feel cheated? I asked them. You are wives without legal protection. If something happens to Kwapna, you get nothing. That's not entirely true, Amma said. He has set up trust for each of us and our children. We are all named as beneficiaries. He's actually been very responsible about making sure we are all protected financially. But emotionally, I pressed, how do you deal with sharing a husband? Silence. Then Ifua spoke quietly. You just compartmentalize. When he's with me, I pretend the rest of you don't exist. I don't think about where he was last week or where he'll be the next week. I just focus on my time with him. Doesn't it bother you that he's having sex with all of us? I asked bluntly. More silence. Then Amma laughed bitterly. Of course it bothers me. I'm not a saint. When he leaves my house to go to one of you, I know what he's doing. And it kills me sometimes. But what's my alternative? Leave and be a single mother of two? Struggle financially while he continues living well? At least this way, my children have a father and financial security. I went home that night and I cried until I had no tears left. The next morning, my mother in law called. Agnes, Kwabena told me you found out about his other wives. You knew too? Of course I knew. I'm his mother. I know everything about my son. And you never thought to tell me, to warn me before I married him. Why would I do that? This is how our family has always been. Kwabna's father had four wives. I was the second wife. This is normal for us. It's not normal for me. Then you shouldn't have married into this family, but you did. You already have three children. You have a home. You have financial security. Stop being selfish and accept reality. I hung up on her too. I felt so alone. Everyone knew except me. Everyone was fine with it except me. Was I the crazy one? Was I wrong to be devastated? The WhatsApp group had become active again. Apparently, there was drama. I'm like, "Okay, ladies, we have a problem. Kwabena just told me he's planning to marry a fifth wife." My stomach dropped. What? Another one? Who is she? Her name is Ajoa. She's 23. She works at one of his warehouses. He's been seeing her for 6 months. We need to stop this, I said. Four wives is already too many. We can't let him add a fifth. Amake, how do we stop him? He does what he wants. Ifwake, maybe we should all refuse to continue unless he agrees not to marry anyone else. Sewake, like a strike? A wife strike? And that's how we ended up forming an alliance. Four sister wives united against a husband getting a fifth wife. We called an emergency meeting, just the four of us. We met at Amma's house. Without Kwabna, that week he was in Dubai. Sitting in Amma's living room, we looked at the photos of her children with Kwabna on the walls. I felt the strangest sense of sisterhood with these women that I should have hated. We need to draw a line, I said. If we let him marry a fifth wife, where does it end? 6, 7, 10, 20? The problem is we have no power. Ifua said, we are financially dependent on him. If we push too hard, he could just cut us off. Not me, Sewa said. I still work. I married him not because I needed his money. I can walk away anytime. Then why don't you? Amma asked. Why stay with a man who is about to marry his fifth wife? Sewa looked down. Because I love him. And our son deserves a father, even if it's part time. We sat in silence for a moment. I have an idea. I said finally, what if we all refuse to see him? A full boycott. No visits, no calls, nothing. Until he agrees to cancel his wedding and promise not to marry anyone else. He will just go stay with Ajwa, Amma pointed out. Let him. For 6 months, we completely cut him off. No access to his children, no marital relations, nothing. We will see how long his interest in Ajua lasts when he realizes what it cost him. That's risky. Ifwa said, what if he just replaces us, marries new women who will do whatever he wants? Then we are going to lose anyway. I said, at least this way we fight back. We voted. All four of us agreed to the plan. We drafted a message together and sent it to Kwabna in a WhatsApp group. Kwabna, this is from all four of your wives. We are implementing a complete boycott effective immediately. None of us will see you, talk to you, or allow you access to our homes or our children until one, you call off your planned wedding to Ajwa. Two, sign a written agreement that you will not marry any more wives. You have four wives. That is enough. Choose Ajwa or the four of us and your 8 children. Kwabna's response was immediate and furious. He called all of us. We didn't answer. He showed up at my house. I locked the gate and refused to let him in. Agnes, this is my house. You can't log me out. It's our house. I shouted from the balcony, and until you agree to our terms, you are not welcome here. This is ridiculous. I will not be controlled by my wives. Then you won't have any wives. He tried the same at Ame's house in Kumasi, Efua's place, and Sewa's apartment in Spentex. We had all locked him out. In the WhatsApp group, he was furious. Kwabna, you women are being unreasonable. Polygamy is my right as a man. You cannot force me to limit my marriages. Amake. And it's our right as women to decide what we will and won't accept. We are not trying to control you. We are setting boundaries. Take it or leave it. Kwabna, fine, I'll leave it. I'll marry Ajua and focus on a life with her. You will all regret it. Sewaki, goodbye then. Hope Ajua enjoys being wife number 5. Or will you tell her she's the only one? That hit a nerve because, of course, he hadn't told Ajo about us. She thought she was going to be the first and only wife. We should tell her, Ifwake said. Ajo deserves to know what she's getting into, and that's exactly what we did. We found Ajo on social media. Kwabna wasn't even trying to hide their relationship. Her Facebook was full of couple photos of him, excited posts about their upcoming weddings, countdowns to their special day. I sent her a message. Hi, Ajoa. My name is Agnes. I'm Kwabna's wife. I need to talk to you urgently. She responded within minutes. His wife? Kwabna told me he's divorced. Who are you really? I sent her a wedding photo. Does this look like a divorced man? We've been married 14 years. We have 3 children together. And then Amma sent her a message. Hi, Ajoa. I'm Amma. I'm also Kwabna's wife. We've been married 6 years and I have 2 children with him. Then Efua, hi, I'm Efua, 4 years, 1 child. Then Sewa, I'm Sewa, 2 years, 1 child. Poor Ajwa. We could see her going online and offline repeatedly, probably in shock, trying to process what she was learning. Finally, she responded, this is a joke, right? Some jealous ex-girlfriends trying to ruin my relationship. I called her. She answered, Ajwa, this is not a joke. Kwabna has 4 wives, 4 families, 8 children. You are about to become the 5th wife, and I promise you, he's going to tell you about the rest of us. But he said he was divorced. He lied. He's still married to me. I have the certificates, and he has had traditional marriages with 3 other women. You can ask him yourself. Better yet, meet us. All four of us. Let us show you the truth. To her credit, Ajua agreed to meet. We met Ajua at the same restaurant where the four of us had first met. She was beautiful, young, bright eyed, excited about her future. Looking at her, I saw myself 15 years ago, so naive about who I was marrying. We laid everything out for her. We showed her photos, bed sets of our children, everything. We showed her Kwabene schedule spreadsheets, which Amma had a screenshot of. We told her about the lies, the deception, the complicated reality of being a sister wife. Achua cried. He said he loved me. He said I was special. He said we will build a life together. You are special, Amma said gently. And he probably does love you in his way. But you won't be his only love. You'll be one of five. You'll see him maybe 1 week in a month, if you are lucky. You will share him with four other women and eight other children. Is that what you want? No, she whispered. I wanted a real marriage. I want a husband who comes home every night, children who see their father regularly. I wanted normal. Then walk away. I urged, you are 23. You have a whole life ahead of you. Don't waste it on a man who can never fully be yours. But I love him, Sewa spoke. I love him too. We all do. But love isn't enough. When the situation is fundamentally broken, I stayed because I thought I could handle sharing. Most days I can. But there are nights when he's with one of them and I'm alone and I wonder what I'm doing with my life. You have the chance to avoid it. Take it. Ajua left that meeting in tears. We didn't know what she would decide. 2 days later, she posted on Facebook, wedding postponed indefinitely. Thank you to everyone who was planning to celebrate with us, but I need time to reconsider this decision. In our WhatsApp group, we celebrated. Amaki, she did it. She called off the wedding. Ifwaki, good for her. She saved herself a lot of heartache. Sewaki, now we wait to see what Kwabna does. Kwabna was furious. He called all of us, raging, you turned Ajoa against me. You ruined my relationship. We told her the truth. I said calmly, something you should have done from the beginning. This is my life, my choice, and it's our choice whether to participate in it. You wanted four wives, you have four wives. Be content with that or lose all of us. For the first time in 6 weeks, since the boycott started, Kwabna sounded defeated. What do you want from me? We already told you no more marriages. Four is enough. And if I agree, then we end the boycott. You can resume your rotation. Life goes back to whatever normal is for you. There was a long silence. Then, fine, I agree. No more marriages. Put it in writing, notarized, a legal agreement that you will not marry any additional wives without all four of us our consent. That's ridiculous. That's non-negotiable. Written agreement or the boycott continues. 3 days later, we all met at the lawyer's office. Kwabena signed a document promising not to marry any additional women without the consent of his existing wives. It was legally strange. The document essentially acknowledged his polygamy while also limiting it, but the lawyer drew it up and we all signed. The boycott ended, Kwabena resumed his rotation, and somehow life went back to our strange version of normal. Something unexpected happened during those 6 weeks of boycott. The four of us became friends, real friends. The WhatsApp group had started as a place of awkward introduction. It became our support system. We talked every day, not just about Kwabena, but everything. Our children, our struggles, our dreams, our frustration. When my youngest son got sick, Sewa recommended her pediatrician. When Sewa was struggling with her job, I used my connections to help her get a promotion. We started meeting regularly, once a month, just the four of us, no Kwabena allowed. We call it sister-wife therapy session. This was so weird. Ifwa said during one of our meetings, I'm friends with my husband's other wives. Who does that? Polygamous wives who decide to stick together instead of to tear each other apart, Amma said. We didn't choose the situation, but we chose how to respond to it. Do you think we are crazy for staying? I asked one day. The woman would have left. Maybe we are crazy, Sewa said, but maybe we are also practical. We have children, we have homes, we have financial security. And weirdly, we have each other. That's more than what a lot of women have. It wasn't perfect. We still had moments of jealousy. 2 years into this arrangement, I had a health scare, a lump in my breast that required a biopsy. I was terrified. Kwamna was in Takrady with Ifua when I got the news. I called him crying. I need you to come home now. Agnes, this is Ifua's week. I can't just leave. I have to get a biopsy. I'm scared. I need you here. There was a pause. Then I heard him talking to someone in the background, Ifua, presumably. Then he came back on the line. Ifua says I should come to you. I'll drive back to Accra tonight. But before Kwabena could leave Takrady, my doorbell rang. It was Amma and Sewa running at the door. We came as soon as we heard. Amma said, "You're not going through this alone." They stayed with me for 3 days, taking turns, making sure I was never alone, helping with the children, accompanying me to the medical appointments. When I went for the biopsy, all three of them were in the waiting room. The results came back benign. The relief was overwhelming. We celebrated with tea in my living room, and I looked at these three women and realized something. They had become my family, not by blood, not by choice initially, but by circumstances and commitment. Thank you, I said, tears streaming down my face. I don't know what I would have done without you. That's what sister wives do. If what said simply, we take care of each other. My oldest son, he was already 14 and he had figured out the truth about his father. He was smart, observant, and he started noticing the pattern. His father's weekly absences, the way he had business meetings in the same cities every month, the strange phone calls. One day he confronted me, "Mama, does daddy have another family?" I couldn't lie to him anymore. I sat him down and told him everything. His father had 4 wives, 5 half siblings he had never met. He was devastated. How could you stay with him? How could you let him treat you like this? It's complicated. No, it's not. He's a cheat. He's a liar. And you just accept it. I accept it because I choose to. Because leaving would mean giving up our home, your school, our stability. Because I've built a community with his other wives. Because our lives isn't black and white, I told my son. I will never be like him. He said fiercely, when I get married, it will only be one woman, just one. This plural marriage thing is wrong. I hugged him. Good. You break the cycle. Eventually, we arranged for all our children to meet. 8 kids ranging from 2 to 14, all half siblings who would never know each other existed. In year 3 of the arrangement, Amma got pregnant again. This should have been happy news, but it sparked up a major conflict. Ladies, I'm pregnant. Due in 7 months. The group went silent for a moment. Then Sewa said, "Congratulations. That's wonderful news. Ifwaki, I'm happy for you, Amma. Really." But I was quiet because I knew what this meant. Kwabena would be spending extra time in Kumasi with Amma during her pregnancy and after the birth. His rotation would be disrupted. The balance we had carefully maintained would shift. I'm happy you are pregnant, but we need to discuss how this affects the arrangement. I said, you need more support, which means Kwabena will be with you more often. What about the rest of us? Amake said, I knew you would make this about you. I'm pregnant and you are worried about your week with him. I'm worried about fairness. We have rules for a reason. The argument escalated. Old resentments surfaced. Amma accused me of being selfish and jealous. I accused her of trying to monopolize Kwabna's time. If what tried to mediate, Sewat stayed quiet. Finally, Kwabna had to intervene. He called a meeting, all 4 wives together in person. First time ever that we all sat down with him present. This is why polygamy is hard, he said. One wife's needs inevitably affect the others. But we make it work because we all compromise. We came to a solution. During Ama's pregnancy and the first 3 months after birth, Kwabena will spend 2 weeks with her instead of one. But he will still make shorter visits to the rest of us. After 3 months, He returned to a normal rotation. It wasn't perfect, but we agreed. Amma gave birth to a boy. We all went to visit her at the hospital. 5 years into this polygamous marriage, I had a moment of clarity. I was 41 years old and I realized I had spent the last part of my life waiting for a man who was never fully mine. I looked at my life. I had a beautiful house, but I lived in it alone most of the time. I had financial security, but I had to share my husband with 3 other women. I had built friendships with my sister wives, but those friendships were rooted in our shared dysfunction. One night during my week with Kwabna, I asked him, "Do you ever regret this? Having 4 wives, living this complicated life?" He thought for a moment. Sometimes, when there's conflict, when someone feels neglected, when I'm trying to be 4 different people for 4 different men. But no, I don't regret it overall. This is who I am. I'm a man who loves multiple women. I have always been. Do you love all of us equally? No, he admitted. I love you differently. Amma is my peace. She's calm, understanding, never demands more than I can. Efua is my joy. She makes me laugh. Sewa is my adventure. She's spontaneous. And you, Agnes, you are my home. You are the foundation. You are the one I married first, the one I built my life. But I'm not enough. I was never enough. It's not about enough. I ended the conversation. I asked for a meeting with just the sister wives and I told them I want to leave. I can't do this anymore. They were shocked. But you are the first wife, Amma said. You are the foundation of all this. Maybe that's the problem. I didn't choose this foundation. It was all built on lies. And I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. What about your children? What about the house? I'll fight for fair custody and support. I'm still legally his wife, the only legal wife. I have rights. Sewa surprisingly supported me. Good for you, Akosia. You deserve better. We all do, honestly, but you are brave enough to actually leave. What happens to us if you leave? Amma asked. Does the whole arrangement fall apart? No, I said. You 3 can continue if you want. This is my choice, not yours. Telling Kwabna was harder. He was devastated. You can't leave. What will people say? What about our children? People don't even know about this agreement, so they won't say anything. And our children will survive. Plenty of kids have divorced parents. I'll fight for the house. You'll get nothing. Actually, I'll get a lot. I said, I'm your legal wife. The house is our marital property. And I have 5 years of evidence that you've been maintaining multiple households. A court will be very interested in that. He realized I was serious. What do you want? I want the house we live in. It's where my children grew up. I want child support for all 3 kids. I want half of the marital asset acquired during our marriage. And I want a divorce. The divorce took a year to finalize. Kwabna fought me on everything, but ultimately the law was on my side. I am his legal wife. I had the rights. I got the house. I got substantial child support. I got my freedom. The sister wife WhatsApp group continued, though the dynamics changed. We miss you in our rotation. It feels weird without you. Amma said, I miss you too, but I don't miss sharing a husband. If you asked me if I was happy, ask me in a year. Right now, I'm just relieved. A year after my divorce, I ran into Ajwa, the woman who almost became wife number 5. She was engaged to someone else now, a man who wanted only her. Thank you, she said, for warning me, for saving me from that life. You saved yourself. I told her, you were smart enough to listen. Are you happy now? She asked. I thought about it. I was single. I was 42. I was starting over. But I was also free from secrets, from sharing, from waiting for my turn to be loved. Yes, I said, I think I am. Huh, what a long story. Anyway, vote fam, let me know what you think about this story. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Until I see you in my next story. Bye.